So I got the S12 back, pulled the jumper harness out of it, going through it, double checking and referencing that swap guide, and I was going through it all, and I discovered this. This was not wired up. This is black and yellow on the 240 side. On the S12 side, it's red and black. It was not soldered. It was not connected. This is power from the fuel pump circuit. Just while I have this out, I can explain what Matt did to make this jumper harness. On this side, this is all S12 plugs, S12 harness plugs. So these will all go into the stock body. This is a relay he added so that way the fuel pump will be controlled on a relay. I have the relay in the car. This is S13 plugs. You can see where they were spliced to meet various places. So I'm gonna go through the I'm gonna go on this from the S12 side over to the 13 side, starting from the top down. Constant 12 volts, that black wire with the white stripe, that goes to the red wire with silver marks. Here's the S13 side, see it right there? So that's the first one. That is constant 12 volt for memory function, sometimes called ECU backup. Up next we got the mint wire with the black stripe. It's the power from the Efi Relay. You follow it down and that goes into the S13 side. Black wire with the white stripe right there. You see it below the green one? That's where that one goes. Black wire, white stripe. And once again, that is the Efi Relay power, 12 volt. So next we have the black and white, the black wire from the S12 with the white stripe coming from the S12 coil that goes to the S13 plug, the black wire with the red stripe right there. By the way, the one coming off of this one and going to that to this red wire, that is for 12 volt power supplied by ignition switch with the key on for the coil. Next we have this brown wire in there on the S12 side, and then it will go to this brown connector on the S13 side. Brown on brown. That one's easy. No stripe, just brown wire on brown wire. And that's for all your sensors. Alright, up next we have the black wire with the red stripe coming from the S12. This is the one that was not soldered for me. That goes to the black wire with the yellow stripe. Let's see if I can get that to focus. So that goes there. Black wire, yellow stripe on the S13 side. So once again, that is fused 12 volt power for air regulator, it says on this chart, but I've seen it also say that has something to do with the fuel pump circuit relay. So I don't know what information is accurate. Comment below if you know better. Once again, black wire, red stripe to black wire, yellow stripe. Okay, so for the start signal on the S12 side, we're gonna find the black wire with the yellow stripe, and then on the S13 side we're going to go to the orange wire. On this we made a custom jumper harness so that way we could disconnect it without modifying either side of the harnesses. So this is not something that's in the online guides that I've seen, but if you have more questions just ask, but that's how you set that up. This also has the tachometer. For now, just know that it has the start signal that comes off the orange wire from the S13 side. Once again, to clarify that clip, as it probably is a little bit confusing, it is the black and yellow wire on the S12 side and the orange wire on the S13 side. Next we have the neutral safety switch. This one's relatively easy, just like the brown on brown. It is the green and orange wire that connects to the green and orange wire. The green and orange wire on this brown connector on the S13 side. Now the tachometer signal is the blue and white on the S12 side, but since I'm using a jumper harness, I don't have to wire it directly, but if you wanted to, in the S13, it is the yellow and red wire. On this plug on the S12 side, there's a purple and wire with a white stripe. That goes to a blue and black wire that is for the dash temperature testing, but once again, I have that hooked up to this jumper harness, so that will be a little bit different for you if you're following the online guide exactly. Some people probably find that extremely useful. Eventually I want to actually draw out a diagram for this, but that's what the wiring for this S12 is. If you see anything wrong or something obviously bad, let me know. It'd be very helpful. I hope this was helpful for you. A mistake was made on this. These This is part of the fuel pump relay that Matt built into the jumper harness. I was looking over a diagram for how it's supposed to be repinned, and I think he mixed up a few of these and they're going to the wrong places, which explains why we're having the fuel problems, where the fuel pump was being weird and he just hot wired it to make it work for a little bit to try to start it, and it still didn't start, but we still never figured why this wasn't working, so that might be why that wasn't working. I got the wire harness, or the jumper harness, already reinstalled. Got the MAF hooked up. I was gonna hook up the battery and then the negative terminal came off of the thing, so. Alright, here we go. Here. Nothing. The battery's got proper voltage. Fuel pump. And then it just kills it. On this episode of fucking around with the S12, what the fuck is this pink wire? Why is it going to a fuse? That's definitely not factory. Okie dokie, this is the battery currently being tested. Look, I'll poke it over here. That's actually on the harness. What? What? Okay, and that's on the harness. It's poking the harness, the end of the harness. Okay. Battery plugged in. Here the fuel pump, because I have it jumped, it's not on a relay. Here we go. Click, nothing. Now let's go check the voltage on the battery and the harness. Alright, here we are back at the battery. The battery's using 12.55 volts. Now I'm gonna jump this over there. Now it's on the harness, as you can see. What the fuck, dude? Move it a little bit over on the harness. I'll put it on the other part of the harness. What the f? You can see we got the starter positive right there, the signal wire. Where the fuck is the ground supposed to be? Alright, after some help from Mr. Steven Drifts, dude, oh my god. Baby! Alright, I guess we're gonna try to start it. It's open header, it's gonna be so loud if it starts, I'm turning it right off. Letting fuel pump prime. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. Not gonna front. I'm just so happy I got it to turn over already. This is huge progress. It was simply the terminals were loose, like they're shitty old terminals. That's it. It's just because this shitty old terminal design. Fuck! Dude, okay, so now we gotta figure out why she doesn't run. Alright, we're back on the S12 again, and I discovered basic shit like Steven Drift said, you gotta go basic stuff. These two spark plug wires were switched, so we're gonna give it another shot at starting it right now. Here we go. Fuel pump priming. Okay, so it just turned over like that. It sounded a lot better. Well, shit, is that rotor bad? Look how worn that is. Is that bad? Maybe that's why. Some spark. Do it again. Development. With some more help from Mr. Steven Drifts, I was checking to make sure it was on the compression stroke of the first cylinder by putting my thumb over it and then putting it to top dead center. And look at what we have here. This motherfucker isn't the right way at all. Engine is at top dead center right now.
That has to be 180 degrees turned. There's a little notch on it, and the tile side needs to be where it is. When we pulled it off, it was over here, meaning it was screwed up and we didn't check it.
We're getting it fixed, and holy shit, the S12 is gonna live.
It's a lot more than I've ever heard from it. Do it again. Hold on. Another time.
Dude, we did it. Dude.
Dude.